Reading with Joan, the place for all the fun. Creative kids, come join us, come. Reading with Joan, the place for all the fun. Have a great time.
Let's talk about Black history. Who are the famous UK Black innovators? Today we are looking at Dr. Richard Hill. Richard Hill was born in Montego Bay, Jamaica, on 1st May 1795 to an English planter, possibly a slave owner, and a free African woman. Even though slavery in Jamaica did not officially end until 1838, at the age of 5 in 1800, Hill was sent over to England to study. He most likely was afforded this opportunity because of his mixed heritage and his wealthy English father. After Hill finished his academic education in England, he traveled to several countries where he studied the institution of slavery. On his return to England, along with the Anti-Slavery Society, he presented a petition to the House of Commons in favor of the abolition of slavery. He was also involved in delivering presentations to British people on the evils of slavery. Hill's father's dying wish was for his son to return to Jamaica and help his people. In 1823, at 24 years old, Hill returned to Jamaica to fight against slavery, which continued another 15 years. He also embarked upon a career as a writer, politician, and science researcher. Hill had an inquisitive mind and was interested in all fields of study. He was particularly interested in the natural sciences. He would often walk along the Jamaican countryside, observing and collecting plants and insects. He was interested in how they fed themselves, how they reproduced, and how they aged and died. During his research, Hill was able to discover several animals and plants that had not previously documented. Due to the pioneering work he was carrying out in Jamaica, word about his work had traveled to many countries. Scientists in England traveled to Jamaica to meet Hill. Philip Gosse did so in 1846, and Hill showed Gosse around the island so he could study and write about the bird seesaw. Because of the major contribution that Hill provided for Gossie's book Birds of Jamaica, he made Hill the co-author. English scientist Dr. Charles Darwin was also indebted to Richard Hill for his help in supplying him with facts and specimens from Jamaica. In A.S. Johnson's great book, Great Jamaican Scientists, he writes that in 1859, when Darwin wrote The Origins of the Species, it was one of the 10 most important books of all time. In this book, we give credit to Richard Hill, saying he was a most kind and valuable correspondent. Hill was also a very talented artist, and because the camera had not just been invented in the early 1800s, it was not in common use in Jamaica. So Hill sketched all the plant and animal species he found for research, and the light list was excellent. His artwork can be seen today in places such as the Institute of Jamaica and amongst natural history collections in the US and Britain. In 1854, Hill became secretary of the Jamaican Society of Arts, and in 1855, at the request of Governor Henry Barclay, he was asked to send a collection of Jamaican flora and fauna to the World Exhibition in Paris, France, which at the time was considered to be the European Centre for Science and Technology. The exhibition showcased specimens from all over the world, and Hill sent over Jamaican specimens accompanied with a catalogue he prepared. Out of the hundreds of specimens sent from every region of the earth, only 5 gold medals were awarded, and only 5 went to Jamaica because of Hill's work. In 1857, when a cholera outbreak was created havoc on the island, Hill's knowledge of botany allowed him to provide a natural remedy from an indigenous plant called the European nervicin, bitter bush. Throughout his life, his work was published in many journals, and the Royal Zoological Society of London, the Academy of Natural Sciences in Philadelphia, and the Review of Natural History of London, just to name a few, were grateful to his contribution to the natural science. Richard Hill died on 28th September 1872. Summary. Dr. Richard Hill still had a very interesting life, one that could have taken many twists and turns. For example, if he had been born to both a black mother and a black father in Jamaica, at that time it's almost certain that he would have been involved. It's the author's belief that he still plays discrimination to a point. Hill was fortunate to receive a good education, and even though his father was a white planter, he inspired his son to go back to Jamaica and help his people and fight against the evil in human institution or slavery, which he did gladly, never forgetting the plight of his people. This is a picture he sketched. Jamaican long-tailed bird. And it's a male. And this is his picture. And this is his picture. I learned that we should plant more plants and take more care of them. I learned that we should be inquisitive because Richard was inquisitive and he learned a lot of things. Thank you for joining us in Reading with Joe. We hope you love and like and comment. Bye!